Wow. I fuck with you, Lauren. You're awesome. Yo, this is one of the most important questions.
It's like a angel.
You just had. I would have to say my biggest thing through it all is just the experience with this new chapter in my life and the solo career in this world that I'm about to take over with love. Damn, that's crazy how you kind of know that. Yeah, like I went through like 10 auditions and I was trying the whole acting thing. Because it is a dream of mine. I'll be fucking with like Vampire Diaries, hella tough and shit. Women are my inspiration for Would You Still Be There for majority of it, and then, you know, I got a couple Substance records that you could feel. Ooh, I'm gonna go get her number real quick, okay? No, I'm playing. It's like giving me goosebumps because I've never spoke about this like out loud. I mean, to be real, I'm probably like, I'm at one of my lowest lows right now. With something like my personal life.
Hi, this is Lauren Engel of Sidewalk Talk. Today I'm with Kalin White.
Yo, what do you do?
He just jumped over like this part onto, I think it was like, what, 10 feet?
Man.
I'll put the photo here for you guys.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I just picked this. I wanted to just get to real fast. Now, what's up? How's your day going? How you doing today?
Really good. So you were born in the Bay Area?
Yeah, born and raised in the Bay Area.
Was your mom born there as well?
Yeah, she was born in Hayward. I think we might have been born at the same hospital, to be honest.
Oh wow.
Yeah, St. Rose in Hayward,
and
California.
So is all your family there?
I don't really have too much of a big family. Wait, could we like look at these cute dogs real fast?
Oh yeah.
I just got a puppy and puppies are everywhere.
That looks
on my
like,
sides.
I don't know if you guys can see.
Hi, puppy. Yep. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Alright, back to my thug.
But so who do you have in your family?
Oh yeah, okay, so pretty much it's just like me and moms and my little sis in my household. Taking care of my moms right now. I moved her and my little sis out to LA, so now they stay with me.
Oh.
Until I get everybody a big mansion.
Oh, well wait, what does your mom do?
She's an artist as well.
Oh.
But she paints, draws on like custom pieces, canvases. That's how she's able to like, you know, reflect and get her feelings out.
So that was what she was doing when you were growing up?
Nah, so she was a waitress for like, man, 10 plus years, you know what I mean, working 3 jobs, trying to support, you know what I mean, for me on the table, and yeah, and now like I'm able to give her a platform in which she loves to do, which is art. Yeah, so we're back to grind mode, but at least we get to do like some shit that we love.
What kind of music was she playing in the house when you were growing up?
Man, it was a lot of like, I mean, she was always like at work, you know what I'm saying? So after school, I would come home, I would turn on like 106 in Park when they had like the Beehive theme. And that's where like I would get a lot of source of like my music and my inspirations. So yeah, BET fan for sure.
What does your sister do?
My little sister, she's 9.
Oh.
So she goes to school right now. She's studying like how to do her 4+ fulls.
Were you kind of like the dad to her? I mean, because of your age gap?
Yeah, so I mean, I was definitely like, I was just been big bro. Throughout like some of the important transitions in her childhood, I've been like away and on tours. Whenever I would get back, she would just be all grown. So like, past 2 years we've been really getting closer, and I've been getting on her because it's showing her how what it feels like to have a big brother. Yeah.
How would you describe yourself back then growing up?
I was a class clown in high school, so it was a lot of like my mom's getting calls and shit, but never like, I had homies who was in the shits, like, you know, gang affiliation and smoking and drinking, but I was the kid that was just hooping, staying out of that shit, but I ran with some of those kids, you know what I'm saying? So then once it started to get too much, my mom's was like, oh, I can't handle this, so we moved to the suburbs. My little sis came, and I just kind of had to step up more as a young man. So that kind of molded me
And when you were 14, that was the first time that you sang in front of people, right?
Yeah, I was like 14, 15, sang in front of my niece's like little birthday party.
Did you realize that you had a voice?
Nah, I still even really didn't back then. Like when I sang for the first time,
Yeah.
it's just a couple squeaks. But these 3-year-olds, you know what I mean, were still like cheering for me. So it's like, it was just such like a cool feeling that kind of gave me like my first like start. Yeah.
And then in your free time, were you playing basketball?
Man, well, like up until I was 14, 15, that was kind of like the dream. That's all I really knew. Yeah, that was like my dream. That was like all I really knew. And then when me and coach had problems, funny story, I was a class clown in tryouts. And he ended up cutting me to show like the team a lesson. Could've went and talked to him, but I was just like so bored like with my life. Come home, don't do my homework, I don't like it, like I don't really kick with too much people, I don't get to see moms, like my life's so boring. And then thankfully like I just started singing more and followed my interest in music, got the opportunity to fall in love with it.
But back then, did you think you could make a career in basketball, or like what career options did you have for yourself?
Well, back then, yeah, hooping was like my main thing. It was just hoop dreams and just trying to focus on that. I thought I was about to go NBA.
Yeah.
So I was taking that whole route. Yeah. I was trying to go for it. Number 10, Kalin White.
Did you like school though? Like, or you didn't pay attention, or you didn't care at all about your grades and everything?
I hated school.
Hated school.
I hated school. I for sure, you know what I mean, as a young man, learning life on my own, like I suggest and I recommend like kids, and I get on my little sister about it to do good in school, because life, I don't know, school doesn't really teach you about life. You know what I mean, how to do a resume for a job, or like just some of the basic qualities needed for life, you know what I'm saying? So it's like doing well in school will just prepare you for what you need for as soon as you get out.
How did you find people initially to do music with you?
Man, so when I was in the beginning, sang for that party, you know, a year went by, going through puberty and shit, still hooping. And then I'm like sourcing, trying to find studios. I'm like trying to record with people. People just trying to charge me like, you know what I mean, an arm and a leg. So it's like, my mom's works. I'm 14 at the time, so I didn't drive. Luckily, I had, you know, some homies that was doing it, and kind of just got the opportunity to fall in love with music.
And did you also already start writing in those sessions, or?
Yeah, well, I linked up with one of my homies. We started making music, and we were in a duo for like 4 or 5 years. Got signed to a major label. Yeah, and accomplished so many dreams.
Actually, with that duo, like, how did you even put your music out there? Like, how did people even find like you?
I mean, we just started, you know how people be like passing out mixtapes, like, yo, check out my music.
It worked?
I guess our form was just trying to perform everywhere.
Oh.
So it was like, how can we get on this show? How can we get on this show? Before we know it, it's like we booking our tour, you know what I mean? We're like getting some calls from like some managers, and then link with a radio station, 99.7. Shout out Strawberry, Jazzy Jim, everybody over there. You know, the Bay Area stations for showing love. And that was like another big help. Like our fans getting the man, just shit, so much. I'm talking hella fast. I haven't done an interview in hella long. But real quick summary, it's like started doing hella shows. Our fans were showing us so much love. They got the attention of a radio.
Were you putting your music on SoundCloud, or how were people finding?
Yeah, we were putting it on SoundCloud through TuneCore. It's like for upcoming artists where you could, you know, get all the royalties and everything. Yeah, so we were getting 100% of our music at the time, and just putting that into a pile and not spending it on a personal. Just kind of keeping it for the music, and then stacking up. Yeah, and just following our heart with our decisions in our music. Yeah.
What did you learn from being in the duo?
I learned a lot. Like,
there's those puppets.
So I learned a lot. There was a lot of lows, there was a lot of highs. I would have to say my biggest thing through it all is just the experience. with this new chapter in my life and the solo career in this world that I'm about to take over with love. I've learned patience, I've learned experience. You know, being on a label, it's like I know how to talk to people, I know how to talk to certain people. And just being in the room with other artists and producers, it's like, yeah, it's cool to just learn and give ideas, because in the group, I wasn't able to necessarily learn or grow. So it's like I learned that it's okay to learn and be happy with your decisions, because yeah, if you fuck up on a song or if you fuck up on an idea or something, it's like you're gonna learn from that and get better, you know what I mean? It's part of the journey.
How long was it between when you made the duo and when you got signed?
It was probably about 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 years on the grind. And then the last 2 years was with the label.
Did you have any mentors or someone you could talk to since the beginning?
Nah, I didn't really have anybody that I could really go to. Our management at the time was a great team that kept us on our shit. Yeah, so like our management was a great team for us at the time.
Before that, did you ever put out music as a solo artist?
Nah, like I had recorded like 1 or 2 songs with like some Bay Area rappers that got me in the studio. But aside from that, like, nah, never really.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've done like all my own shit like the past 2-3 years. This is the time span like where I've really been growing and just like locking myself in my room.
Were a lot of the connections you made from the duo that you're still using now, like producers or?
Yes and no, like a lot of connections and the base of like my Instagram following, because man, aspiring artists, I suggest like, if it wasn't a thing, I wouldn't even suggest it, but get your followers up, because that's like people check that these days. But yeah, able to use my platform as a connect, you know what I mean? Producers and some people like, yeah.
Yeah. In what way do you think your following has helped, like with labels, or is it with shows, or?
Like my current following?
Yeah.
I mean, the current following that I've like, you know what I mean, worked so hard for, yeah, it helps, because it's like those are real people, you know what I mean? It's just not like a K by the number. It's like, those are people. Those are people who are supporting you, who fuck with you, if they're following you. It's just like, I'm just trying to show that same love back, you know what I mean?
And when you first went to your solo career, you wanted to do acting, right?
Damn, that's crazy how you kind of know that. Yeah, like I went through like 10 auditions, and I was trying the whole acting thing, because it is a dream of mine. I'll be fucking with like Vampire Diaries, hella tough and shit. Team Stefan.
Is that something you kind of still want to do? Like a Lady Gaga, just love from singing and become an actor?
For real. I mean, I don't want to shift like so crazy, but after I establish myself in the music industry, like I definitely want to do a couple roles to where I can break out a character, show my talent, just kind of like, yeah, just do the whole thing.
What are your favorite movies?
My favorite movie of all time is I Am Legend. Will Smith is a GOAT. So.
Yeah. So he's kind of like your actor that you look up to.
Man, yeah, in a way. Like I grew up watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And ironically, when I first got out to LA, like I was kicking it with like my homie Stella Hutchins and and then when I first got to LA, I was kicking it with Jaden a couple times.
Oh.
A couple females, a couple friends that I met, like Stella and Jordan. They were all cool friends. They just accepted my Bay Area-ness for a little bit.
What were the inspirations for Will You Still Be There?
Would You Still Be There?
Would You Be There?
No worries. Would You Still Be There? My inspirations, man, I really locked myself in my room. I wanted to have like a personable experience, so like I put my studio in my room, and really just kind of like, you know what, I would have to say women. Women are my inspiration for Would You Still Be There, for majority of it, and then, you know, I got a couple Substance records that you could feel, and my experiences, man. Like I wouldn't be writing about shit that I don't feel, so it's like, now that the label's not telling me no, I'm really just trying to drop so much music and explore, give you guys the world.
How about the inspirations for like the cover art or your music videos? I feel like it's all super cohesive.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I worked really hard on that, so thank you. Ooh, I'm gonna go get her number real quick, okay? No, I'm playing. She's like, wait. Man, probably just that. It's just like me just being goofy. Me being, you know, I'm out here trying to sing to the ladies. I'm trying to get good music. I want everybody to enjoy it. So I tried to come up with a cover that wasn't too revealing, but at the same time, it's like you kind of can get the message before even listening. Or the vibe, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like...
Were you working with the same photographer and videographer for everything?
Nah, shout out to Edgar Daniel, man. He killed the shoot, killed it. But I came up with the concept, and he helped me kind of just like get my vision out there. Met me up there, so professional. Shout out to O Did It. She styled the shoot, and we just had a really good time. It was quick, got down to it. It was kind of like on the wire though, trying to like sync everything up with the project to have it drop at the same time. But yeah, we made it happen.
How did you meet your management now?
Dominique Smith and David Ali. David, I met about, maybe 5 years ago, 4 years ago at Paramount Recording Studios in Los Angeles. And he was with Kalani. Kalani's
was that still when you were in a duo?
Yeah, I was still in the duo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I knew Kalani. I've been knowing Kalani for like 10 to 15 years. And she brought him and was like, hey, this is my mentor. I want you to say what's up. Oh, what's good, David? Boom. That's how we connected. I've been knowing Kalani for like 10 to 15 years. Super sweetheart. So happy for her and her new family. Yeah, but anyway, she brought him to the studio. Like, that was her mentor at the time. She introduced him as that. And a couple years later, they killing it. And then Dominique Smith, who's also my management, he's best friends with David. I met him around the same time. And recently, when I was on my solo shit, okay, then rewind, after I got dropped from my label in 2016, that whole year I was booking shows and like doing everything by myself.
Was it the drop from the duo or drop from
Well,
your
yeah,
solo?
I left the duo, or excuse me, we got dropped from the label, and then that gave us like some time to reflect. And then we ended up splitting ways. And then me and my manager from the group, we worked for a few months. And then she wanted to go work like somewhere else. Was like, I don't really have time for this. Or if I don't know if I want to do this. So I'm by myself like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Excuse my language. And so then Dominique Smith comes into my life a couple months later. Comes to a couple shows that I'm rocking with, and just paying attention brings me into the squad, into, you know what I mean? And then we just started going. They just wanted to work with me. I love their team and what they're building and what they got going above ground, and the whole guys they're gonna kill it. And a big shout out to Ryan Simon, because after I got dropped from my label, split the group, he was like the only one to like really believe in me and keep me going. So yeah.
But you had a period of time that you were doing everything solo.
Yeah.
Was that difficult? Because you went from like having huge record label to do a lot of things for you to like figure out everything on your own.
Man, yeah. I mean, you pretty much just said it. Sheesh. Yeah. I mean, it was hard, but it was like financially, I was able to kind of like be able to take my time, take a couple hits, and really learn.
So everything carried over from the duo, like financially. You didn't have to get like another job.
Yeah. It's like giving me goosebumps because I've never spoke about this like out loud. This is cool. Yeah. But yeah, everything like really just followed over. And then, you know, it was like my very first time really living by myself, like, you know, doing my own bills, like, 'cause management was doing that, my agents, like, everybody was, the label, they giving you everything, so.
Did your mom help out, or were you just figuring everything out yourself in that?
My mom wanted to be so involved, but I had a lot going on. I just wanted her to be my mom, you know what I'm saying? So it was just my fault, not really giving her all the questions that she wanted answered, or so she was definitely trying, and she was helping me, like, hey, like, make sure you're looking out for your money, like, and I wish I would have listened to her a little bit more, for sure. But back in grind mode, you know what I mean? I got some sneakers on that I love, so I feel confident.
And now you all live together here, or what was the decision that you wanted to bring everyone here?
And so the last couple of years that I've been in LA, she's been in the Bay holding it down, taking care of a little sis and stuff like that. And for her birthday in 2017, you know, she just was missing me so much. By then it's been a little over a year by myself. And I was like, you know what, slide out here. Got her own apartment. You know, financially, it's like, it's not probably the best thing, but like, you only get one mom, you know? So it's like,
I love that.
I'd rather just be close. Yeah, and I brought her out here, and then her roommate kind of fucked her over, if we're just being real. So then that kind of put me in a spot where it's like, okay, I could keep doing this and make a big chunk. Fuck that, just come live with me. So within this past year, it's just brought us closer.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's my mama, that's my princess.
How do you say your music has changed since the early songs you made?
Like in the duo or now?
I guess whenever you started writing music that was like reflecting of you. Could have been in the duo. I don't know if you used the song Spirit though.
Oh, no. Cool, so probably, oh, throw it. Throw it. Oh. Throw it. Alright, next time.
I was like dodging in the camera as if it got hit.
I was gonna play.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, what was the question?
How has your music changed?
So I dropped my very first project, Chapter 21, in 2016 of October. Oh shit. What, 2 years?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anniversary.
Yeah, and man, it's been an amazing ride since then. That was a big reflection of a little bit of what I went through in the group and where it led me to, how my life after being dropped was. Like, at 21, I'm 23 now, so at 21, like, I had my first girlfriend. You know what I mean? I'm doing solo music for the first time. Like, I drank for the first time. Like, I smoked for the first time. Like, so much. I got my first tattoo. Like, so much had happened. Like, I was just so lost. In that process, thankfully, like, I still was on Pro Tools, just trying to write my feelings out, and that allowed me to just like grow as an artist and know how to put my thoughts into sonics.
Yeah. Actually, what are the meanings behind your tattoo?
Oh, let's see. This one is Chapter 21, so it's my project. This one is a Power Ranger. I was a Power Ranger for like 5 years in a row for Halloween. The red one. Danny Phantom. I feel like I live like, you know, 2 life kind of. Mega Man. I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club, and Cap Converse Street Fighter, I think it was one of my favorite games. I didn't really have any friends, so I would always play that game after school until my mom would pick me up. And then this one is the Warriors tattoo. It's the logo, my favorite like era with thunder. My middle name, Jure. It's French. Bonjour, je m'appelle Kalin. And I got one on my leg. Fuck it, we doing it. Alright, it's too tight. But, yeah.
Jeans too tight. What is it? What is it though?
It's a picture of Sonic from One Punch Man. It's an anime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that.
Do you think you're gonna get more? A lot more.
Yeah, it's just like, these decisions are forever.
Yeah.
So, after I had my first little wave, I just want to make sure I know what I want. I'm finna get a Michael Jackson tattoo though.
Yeah, you love him.
Love him. Okay.
How do you say you've grown as a person compared to when you were younger?
Man, I've grown so much. Sheesh. I would say I've grown a lot. Like, I feel like every 4 months I grow. Maybe every 6 months I see it. Yeah, I mean, just from like the little things, from like being on time more, or really, lately I've been trying to practice living. I feel like we're always focused on what's next, what are our next aspirations, next goals, like where that next check at, etc. So sometimes you just need to pause and like, I don't know, maybe just really count the blessings that are around you. So I've been trying to do that and focus on my struggles and like make music. So it's just balance.
Yeah, actually, what would you say have been your biggest challenges so far in life?
I mean, to be real, I'm probably like, I'm at one of my lowest lows right now. With some of like my personal life. So it's just like trying to find a balance on how to deal with that, and then like, okay, as soon as I'm done dealing with it, how can I put my all into my music, or how can I still give my music that same love that I wanted to before I had to just deal with this problem, you know what I mean? So that's probably been like my biggest struggle with over the past year.
What would you say would be your advice for people going through lows as well?
Man, keep going. It's harder said than done. Excuse me, easier said than done, but man, I follow a couple motivation accounts like on Instagram, just a daily constant reminder that you are worth something, that you have a message, and that you are here for something. Yeah. I don't know. Just believe in yourself. You got it.
Love that. What does love mean to you?
What does love mean to me? Honestly, I think I've only have been able to grasp like a pebble of love. I had my first girlfriend when I was 21, Nikki Zaza, and man, I loved her so much. Like, it's my whole fucking heart. I didn't let it get to the public. That's kind of like one of the last things that I needed after I got dropped, just more or whatever. But I've learned that there is love, so it's like it almost gives you something to look forward to if you have nothing.
So true. Last question, what do you want to be remembered for?
Wow. I fuck with you, Lauren. You're awesome. Wow. Let me think about that. If I'm gone too soon, or whenever that time is. Yo, this is one of the most important questions.
It's like a angel.
You just had.
For real though.
I want to be remembered for love. I base all my decisions off love. When I help people, it's out of love. When I'm spending time with you, it's because I love you. If I'm performing for you, it's because I love it. And if you have dreams that you love, like I'm here to inspire you when I'm on that stage. If you come to a show to like let you know you can do it. That's just what it is, man.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be remembered for.
This was awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm sorry if I talk too much.
No, this is perfect.
Look, give me a hug. Bye. Bye.